I want to make conversation a little different. I love to make conversation a little different. What's going on with y'all? It's the Grumpy OG, man. Crush the legend, coffee and donuts for grown ups. Y'all know what it is. How y'all doing this Saturday morning? Y'all get the notification. You hear me? Come through real quick. I got something to talk about real quick. You don't mind, holla if you hear me. Yo, D Free, can you hear me, bro? Let me know you can hear me. Can you hear me? Got Free in the building. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me, Free? All right, cool. Yeah, hey, this ain't gonna be a long live, man, but I just need to talk about something, D Free. You know, guys like myself and you, we like to cover all aspects of the things. And I love the fact that Bud beat Canelo. But someone brought this to my attention. I was talking to someone yesterday. And he said, yo, Crush, let me ask you a question. I said, what's up? He said, why Bud is getting the most credit for beating a guy that's already been beaten? And I said, well, what you mean? He said, Terrence Crawford is getting more credit for beating Canelo than Bivol and damn near Floyd. He said, you don't see that? And I said, you know what? You right. This is a guy that don't do content or nothing. Just a guy that watch boxing and stuff. And, you know, he watched the content creators, but he just asked this question. I said, you know what? I'm going to bring that up. I think it's something to talk about. And where was this high praise for Bivol when he beat Canelo? Now, I did ask one of the brothers, because I put in the family chat, and I asked one of the brothers, and what's up, Mike Wilman? He basically said that the reason why is because people felt as though that Bivol could beat Canelo. But I'm like, people thought that Bud would beat Canelo. A lot of people thought that Bud would beat Canelo. I mean, everybody that had a problem with the fight was the same thing. It was the weight thing, but, you know, and him knocking him out. But everybody knew that he was the better skilled fighter, without a doubt. But for him to get, you know, get moved up into the greatest of all time list, and, you know, if he's better than this person and that person, and it does make sense when he asked the question. I said, well, damn, they do kind of act like, you know, Bud defeated a guy that never been beaten before. And this is not to take anything away from Terrence Crawford, but is it a little too much praise? Or people overdoing it? Is the question that I'm asking, because when the brother said it to me last night, I was at a restaurant, you know, neighborhood restaurant, and he came in there, you know, and I said, damn. So let's talk about that. So, and we seen that a lot in boxing. It's not like it's something that never happened before. We see it. We seen it with Dev and Tank, you know, but for Terrence Crawford to get this much praise on a guy that's been beaten twice is a little too much. Now, of course, well, you know, he moved up in weight class because he chose to. He didn't ask to. That's something that he wanted to do. But still, how can one person that beats a guy gets to be considered great in all this after a guy that already beat him? But this other man didn't get none of this praise. None. And Bivol pit belt the ass on Canelo. What, everybody need to go back and watch the fight? So I'm like, damn, that does make sense. And y'all know me, I'm a fair person. I don't care about none of that. Because my whole thing is, it is what it is. And then they try to, compare it to Floyd. Well, he was a better fighter when Bud finally fought him and this, that, and the other, blah, blah. And I think it is a little too much praise. I think it is. Mike Rum said, I still call Crawford opportunist, 3-time undisputed in all the fights. He only had 3 belts going into the fight. Never unified. I don't call that cleaning out a division. Just my opinion. Mike Rum, that's a fact. That is a fact, Mike Rum. Now, a lot of people like to talk about, the accolades and things like that. And with all his accomplishments, and since everyone is big on undisputed, right? This man never defended his undisputed titles. That should be, me. I grew up watching boxing when those guys defended those undisputed titles. Wasn't you become undisputed and then you just move on. You know what they say, you ain't a champion, you really ain't a champion to what? Until you defend that crown. You really ain't a champion until you defend the crown. You become a champion when you get the crown, but you really ain't a champion until you defend that crown. And I'm big on that. And this is something that people don't like to talk about. The things that they like to sweep under the rug when it comes to boxing talk. I don't like to do it because fair is fair. So all I'm saying, Bivol should have got the same praise and the same credit. Why is Bud Crawford getting more credit for beating Canelo than Bivol? That's all I'm saying. And shit, Canelo dared to be great because didn't he go up to fight Bivol? See, people forget a lot of things, and I just like to talk about these things. Because to be honest with you, I'm done with the talks. What's up, Hattie? I'm done with the talks. I'm done with everybody still talking about it. Let's move the hell on. You see what I'm saying? Let's give it a break. But where? And is that fair? Do anybody disagree with what I'm saying? Because the brother brought up a great point. He said, why is he being celebrated more for beating Canelo than the other man that beat him before? And that is facts. When Bivol beat Canelo, nobody talked about Bivol moving up. I think a couple people talked about him being on a pound for pound, and I mean only a couple people, and how long of a stay that talk was. How long was it stay that talk was? So if one gonna be considered great for beating him by the other, especially when they beat him before and not that much long ago. And Bud beating Canelo, does that make him a superstar? Yo, dude, what's going on? Just do. I'm gonna read this from the rip. Peace, Crush. Reason why I'm still talking about it, because they still tearing him down, saying he cheating. I get that, Just. I don't like the cheating shit. I'm gonna speak on it, but yeah, I heard you cooking on it. That part I don't like. You know what I mean? But I'm just bringing up the fact why Bivol didn't get the same praise as this man. You see what I'm saying? I just think, for me, Just Do and everybody else, you know me, I'm a straight shooter. I think celebration should be same for everybody unless there's a big difference. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is not taking anything away from Bud. But if Bud is considered great and moving up in greatness for beating Canelo, that's saying how great Canelo is, y'all. We leaving that part out. Is Canelo really that great that Bud Crawford beats him and he moves up and all this? I'm asking a question because sometimes you got to think, we might be giving somebody a little too much credit. Yo, Just, I like that point, Just do. I like that point. And Just, it's unfair, but we get it. You understand what I'm saying? We get it. And I'm not jumping into what these people are saying, you know, the snack shit. I ain't getting into none of that. I ain't getting into it. I'm not going to get into that because I don't know. And it doesn't look like it, and I got very good eyes. You know what I mean? I've been around, I grew up in the hood. People get high on all type of shit. You should be able to tell somebody's on some peasant shit growing up in the hood. Where you know somebody's on off that thing and that other thing. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Let me see if I can drop the link, bro. Yo, y'all make sure if y'all haven't subscribed to Just Do, he's your favorite content creator. My guy, always giving one of the best assessments on all boxing. Go check him out. His cooks be lit. That's my man. Salute to Just Do. Yeah, but I like the fact of this, but I think like I said, he don't owe me anything else. He don't owe me a damn thing. That man, he fought who he fought, and he always put on a performance. Even where his lack of, where's spots where he could have fought other guys, we get that. But we don't hold that against him too much because he went out and put on a performance in all 43 fights. 43 fights now, I think. In all 43, 42 fights, he always performed. He never underperformed. Never underperformed. That's one thing I can say about Terrence Crawford. Never underperformed. Always giving the same energy when he's in that ring. That same rah. That's him. You know, it's not too many fighters who can do that, you know, on a daily deal. You know, each time they get in the ring, each freaking round, the man don't take a round off. And he likes to get his lick back. You get one off, he be like, yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, I like that. See, I was already built for this. Mama used to pay the whole community to take my head off. So I like taking one and giving one. So when it comes to performing in the ring, when it comes to performance, and I'm saying this, when it comes to performance, god damn, this man is amazing. When it just comes to performance, no matter of the level of opposition, when it comes to performing, he does not let the boxing fans down. He don't let boxing down. I give him that. All praise to him. And he does it very well. One of the most sinister finishes, because if he can finish you, he's going to finish you. But does this turn him over? Is he now the cash cow? He's been the pay-per-view king, the pound-for-pound king for a minute now. And that's undisputed. I would chop anybody's neck off who tries to say that is not true. You know, because I think that's something that a lot of people in boxing can agree on. But I just think, hey, if these guys fights, I think these guys should get the same praise for winning and losing. That's one thing I loved about the four kings. They all got the same praise for winning and losing against one another. You never heard the talks, and I never heard it. Maybe I wasn't in the barbershops or something at the time. Maybe I was asleep, but I never heard the conversations back then when all the four kings fought each other, fought some of the same fighters, and they say, well, he beat him better. He beat him better. It's like they just all got the same praise, win, lose, or draw. They all got the same praise, you know, but I think, and I understand, because for us, the Black American fight fans, we're supposed to do this. If our fighters make any move, we supposed to get behind them. So I really don't see anything wrong with it, but I know it's a question that a lot of people want answered or afraid to ask or touch on. Because that's what the rest of them do. The rest of them get behind their fighters and say, fuck it, yes, he's great. They all do. Even when they get their asses beat by our fighters, they still stand behind their fighters and say, no, Nello, you still great. Back there, y'all, you still great. Y'all know it. But it does seem a little awkward, especially when you're a diehard boxing fan and you're straight up and down those special effects. You want to give a fair assessment to everybody. You know, you just don't put no selective outrage, because that's what boxing talk is sometimes, selective outrage. And I appreciate those who don't do selective outrage. But it does make Canelo seem a little better than what the hell he is. So this is where the part where I gotta put a little funk on Canelo. Right? He's what y'all think? Yeah, I mean, he's good. I never considered him great. I never considered Canelo great. Consider him very good. Take out all the other ish. I ain't talking about, the loaded meat and this, that, and other. Just straight up on the boxing skills. I never thought he was great. I never thought he was elite. No, I never did, but very good. So, and this is not to take anything away from Bud, because he put a great boxing. He boxed this man's head off, which we knew could happen. That's why most people said, no, I got him winning. I got him going up there and winning. And some Bud fans, kept it in the pocket. They wasn't talking about him going up there and hurting Canelo or dropping him, knocking him out. But they damn sure was very confident that, man, if he can, carry the weight, everything else is going to be cool. And he carried the weight. But now they talking about, he might be on pads because he carried the weight well. Come on, they doing too much now. Now they doing a little too much. If you're going to give a fair criticism, let it be a logical one. Because there's nothing suspicious about his performance or the way that he looked. What they was looking at that they saw and we didn't see, to say, but damn, Bud looked like he on something. Nah, we not going to do that. And it's people that's doing it. So for all these people that's putting this out there, I challenge you. Because why would you do that? Snack this, I don't give a damn. We know how Snack is, but am I gonna think Snack is everybody's? No, I'm not. Some fighters I do. Some fighters simply don't need it. And he's simply one of those guys that don't need it. So why put that into the atmosphere? Now I can see if he went up there and, he knocked him down, with a single punch a few times or something like that. That's something a little different. But the man went up there and was setting the combinations up off the jab, inside, mid-range, and even on the outside, boxing this man, beat me to the punch, first, last, and in the middle, throughout the whole damn fight. No goddamn pads or anything got anything to do with that. Y'all need to stop this nonsense. Now, I would not allow that to tarnish that brother. Now, if you can find some facts or whatever, but I'm not trying to hear it. That man went up there and beat him fair and square. And then you got brothers that's saying this about the man. They got brothers saying this about the man. But my whole thing is this: if Bud is considered great for beating Canelo, so is Bivol. That's all I'm saying. Because I gave Bivol a bunch of praise for beating Canelo. Only real boxing diehards knew that Bivol was going to beat Canelo. The casuals didn't think that. We going to clear that up now. We not going to give out credit that don't deserve to be given out. The only ones that really knew or had faith in Bivol beating Canelo was people who really know boxing. You know what I mean? So it wasn't light, and it wasn't never well, let's see how many people that's left that we can see that could beat Canelo. No, we knew there was a few guys out there that could beat Canelo. So let's not do the board is. So no, I don't think Terence Crawford did anything you know, anything foul to beat Canelo Alvarez. So let's not do that to that man. Let's not do that to him. But if I'm going to give Bud this credit for beating Canelo, I already didn't give it to Bivol. Bivol always got that credit for me. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people didn't think that Canelo was going to lose again. A lot of people thought that Canelo went on a protection run. They think Canelo went and hired Michael Jackson security and made sure that he stayed away for not getting another loss. And we all know, casual or not, we all know that Canelo was trying to protect that one loss. We know he wasn't trying to get another loss. We know that. But, you know, when it came to him fighting Bivol, some people were spot on. Now, and trust me, he went back on the same race. Canelo went back on the same exact race and tried to protect another loss. But this time, he didn't mind it because he was getting a nice, he was getting some nice dividends for it. It's about the funky dividends, 3 times dope. He said, best believe I'm going to receive some dividends. You know, on the song, he said the chick ain't getting the Canelo said, I'm going to get mine. This should be the most easiest maneuver that anybody can see from anyone, because this is just how you move. So now he's comfortable. Now he wasn't comfortable against Terence Crawford because he just couldn't get it the fuck right. But now he's saying he's still gonna continue to fight. And maybe that's only because he owes Turkey 2 fights and there's some paydays there, but I really don't want to see Canelo in the ring with nobody else. Who the fuck he gonna fight? He ain't gonna fight the Mexican monster, so I don't care who he fights. But to be honest, both of these guys can retire. That's just my honest opinion, but whatever they do, most likely I'm gonna watch the both of them, but they can retire right off into the sunset. But I want to go into this, since I got you guys here, and I'm gonna switch the gears up, because now that this is over and we celebrating what Bud did and everything, now, like I said, Bud done did it all now. He done did what we wanted to see somebody do, close the chapter out. Now this for the other guys. Now this for Shakur. Now this for Dev. Now this for Tank. Now this for all these guys. Now they got to get the rolling. And we know a few guys is trying to get things moving. I'm not saying that. We know. But for the rest of these guys, they got to get busy, because like I said, Bud raised the bar on these jokers. I'm giving him all that credit, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. The rest of them gotta get busy. Yeah, they all gotta get busy. They gotta start getting in there. Stop slacking and lacking. Get that shit cracking. Cause we need some things to be taken care of, because we're spoiled as boxing fans. And for all the accolades lovers, they want to see who's next to snatch all the stones like Thanos. But the next time someone become undisputed, I hope they defend it. That's the only thing that I don't like about what's going on with Undisputed right now. Bud never defended, but he still became. All right, whatever the case. But like I said, now we need to see the rest of these guys that we all like. We need to see, they got to get busy. Ryan Norman and Devin is coming. What's next after that? Because to be honest with you, whoever wins this fight between Dev and Ryan don't really need to stay at 147 for too damn long. You know, if they decide to go ahead unify and go undisputed, cool. Let that be a process that's moving along, because we know we got a few champions up there, and you know they're going to get diva-ish and things like that. But I honestly think whoever wins out of Dev and Junior need to either go ahead, run through everything else, or just go up to 154, because like I said, it's not much down there, you know, and I don't want to see these highly skilled guys waste any time in these weight classes where it really ain't no damn work for them. That goes for all of them. No one is excluded. Dr. Mark in the building. No one is excluded from this. None of them was excluded from what I'm saying right now. They either going to try to conquer and destroy the weight division, or you know, make a couple moves so they can have some some leverage moving up, because that's what a lot of them try. That's what they do now. You know, if I move up, you know, if I keep this belt, or if I grab this belt and maybe do one defense here, a good defense, then I can go make a move for, you know, a title fight or a nice payday in the next weight class. We know that's what all these fighters is trying to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's not bull-ish about it. Let's get busy. And like I said, they all got to get busy. I'm high off this Terrence Crawford. I'm riding off this Terrence Crawford victory for doing what he did to Canelo. And you know, being spoken up there with the greats strictly just off of skill set. Strictly off of skill set. Maybe it's a little too much. Is it worthy? Yeah, it's worthy. Maybe a little too much, but still worthy. But now, is everybody else? Is the rest of them going to give us that? Is the rest of them going to do it? Is your favorite fighter that haven't done it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Now, I know I got my brother Justin, he rolling up and everything, smoking, I'm smoking. Now, Just, you know this conversation is just for you, because you know your guy, that's your little homie, big bro. So, how much? And I'm not just asking Du, but I want Du to answer this first, because Du is the biggest Shakur fan that I know online, and my cousin is the biggest Shakur fan on the streets. You hear me? You can't tell me shit about Shakur. He would get upset and really like punch you in your face. Yeah, he really likes Shakur like that. That's his guy. He don't like nobody else. He give him their respect, but he don't like it. He don't be like, well, I like him too. I like him too. No, he likes Shakur Stevenson. And far as and he like Abdullah Mason, but he's not a fan of Tank, Deb, and the rest of those dudes. Never was. He's a diehard Shakur fan. So, this should be a hell of a motivation for Shakur Stevenson, who looks up to Terrence Crawford. Now, all of Shakur Stevenson, real fans, the Shakur Stevenson, realest fans, I must say, they got all the confidence in him. Now listen, he can box his ass off. He just get on my nerves a little bit. But I like him. You know, he just say little shit here and there. And I just want him to beat everybody the same way. Beat all of them. God damn it. Shit. You, listen. Be in the pocket with all of them dudes. You say you can do it, then go ahead and do it, god damn it. I just need you to go ahead. One of you motherfuckers gotta go ahead and take over this shit. I ain't talking about Dev, talking about the motherfuckers down there. One of y'all got to get rolling. And this should be a high motivation for Shakur Stevenson. And people is celebrating his last performance. What a good performance against Zepeda. Now, fans gonna want to see that more, no matter if it's a puncher or not. maybe he would do it because he tell you he could take a punch. He tell you I ain't going no fucking where. So we all want to see this one time when somebody lay a nice little jaw, flesh on him, and see how he handle it. And we gonna find out. But we know it's gonna be kind of hard for them to do it. But yeah, it want to get in there one day. We just don't know who. But this should be motivation for him. I think he's highly motivated. Let's see what he does. I think, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think, to be honest with y'all, I think he should take. I don't think he should stay at 135 too long. I don't think he should be bothered with 135 too much longer. I think he should get out there as soon as he can. Because it's a lot more for him at 140, in my opinion. We know it's just a couple names at 35. You know what I mean? If it ain't, Tank, and outside of Tank, shit, Keyshawn moved up to 140, you know what I'm saying? So outside of Tank, because that's the only big fight at 135. The most meaningful fight at 35 is Tank and Shakur. We must get this fight. Far as anybody else want to be bothered with right now, it ain't nobody right now at 35 that I can say outside of Tank that I want to see Shakur fight. We know we're not going to get an Abdullah Mason fight, so I'm not going to bring that up. But it's really no one that I really want to see Shakur Stevenson fight at 135. Keyshawn is gone. Guys that moved up. You know what I'm saying? So really, it ain't nobody there for him except for Tank. I mean, then if you want to stay there, and box their heads off, the other guys down there, that's cool. But for him and his skill set, it ain't too much there for him. Better credited fights is not there for him. So hopefully we can get Tank and Shakur, and then Shakur can go up to move up to 140. Because to be honest with you, I don't think he should be down there too much longer. If y'all agree or disagree, leave a comment. What y'all think? Do y'all think that Shakur Stevenson should spend too much time at 135? Because really, outside of Tank, who the hell else is it for him to, was people on the fight, that a fight that we will all be calling for? Honestly. So, Tank, after this Jake Paul crap, man, line that up with Shakur. Y'all finally give us one of the fights, one of the matchups that we wanted to see at 135. Then after that, y'all can keep it moving. That's all I want out of them two. And then leave the rest to the up-and-coming guys that's right under there, because most of the OGs, not old, but most of the OGs as far as skill set and name at 135 was gone. They're gone. The so-called second coming of the Four Kings is gone in the honorable mentions. You see what I'm saying? So it's not nobody that I want to see Shakur fight. I wanted to see Shakur fight Loma, but Loma's scared to death for Shakur Stevenson. We know that ain't happening, and Loma just need to retire. Nobody want to see his ass. He just need to stay out of boxing. Not saying that he said he was coming back, but he did retire from the last time I heard about him. But yeah, it's not too much. So I would love to see him get this Tank fight. They get that shit over with, and then they keep it moving. And then, leave that to the other guys. You know what I'm saying? Because 135, in my opinion, might be taking a big shift. We got to see. Because with some of these younger guys that we saying they should have next, those guys might not be at 135 too much longer. You see what I'm saying? So if these guys is constantly moving up because, they got to move up because they're growing, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want to, fall into that trap of draining themselves staying down in the weight class too long because it's really not good for him. Win, lose, or draw is really not a good thing for him. So I don't know. So 135 is going to be taking the ship. So the boxing commission need to get together and get together with these fighters and these promoters at 135 and get us and take care of what needs to be taken care of down at 135 because right now 135 is at a standstill. And like I said, most of the guys, the lit guys that had 135 lit, they all moved up. They all gone. God damn, they all gone. T.O. moved on. Deb moved on. Rolly moved on. Ryan moved on. They all moved on. Even old Pit Poodle. Speaking of that, how y'all feel about this Lamont Roach and Pit Poodle Cruz fight? What y'all think about that? Now, is they doing that at a catch weight or a Pit Poodle coming down? Or is Lamont Roach going up to 140? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't dig into it like that. I didn't get a chance. Well, I just didn't dig into it. I got plenty of chances. I just didn't. I was diving into other things. What you think about that, Dr. Mark? Lamont Roach and Pit Poodle Crew. Y'all know I call him Pit Poodle. What y'all think about that? If anybody in here that be doing these sources, is that fight? Is it a catch weight, or is Lamont going to 40, or is Pit Poodle coming back down? You don't like it, Queen 71? Hold on, let me blow you up, beautiful. There you go. Yeah, I call him Pit Poodle, Mike Rim. All this. What happened to him knocking everybody out? He went up to 140. One stoppage at 140. I don't really think he's that good. He just throws a whole bunch of power punches. That's it. Where everything else at? So he do is throw a whole bunch of power punches. What's so skillful about him? Tell me one thing that's skillful about Pit Poodle. What's so skillful about Pit Poodle? Queen 71 says she don't like it. Lamont Roach didn't want none of that Gary Russell work. He didn't want none of that Gary Russell work. And what they gonna do about this dude with that belt at 130? Why is he still holding on to that belt? Because most likely he's not gonna go back down. Most likely he's not gonna go back down. So what is he doing with that damn belt? They need to strip his ass. I would have stripped him already, Queen 71. I would have stripped him. Cause he didn't got a chance on a big stage and shit, fought to a goddamn drawer, and now he think he's something where he can hold on to a damn belt. See, that's why you can't get some Negroes opportunities. I ain't gonna call them that N-word. That's why you can't get some Negroes opportunities, because they don't know how to act. Now he living in a delusional world, thinking he a damn star and all that. He ain't no damn star. That it didn't work out for him. Lamont Roach think he became a star. Lamont Roach, you did not become a Rolly Romero, a Pitbull Cruz. You didn't become none of that. See? Because, listen, those guys became stars for fighting Tank from losing. You fought to a draw, not a win. They cut you a break with the damn laws. Running around here ducking ish. He ducking a whole lot of smoke and nobody's talking about. Lamont Roach is ducking a whole lot of smoke. But everybody talk about, oh yeah, Tank ducking Lamont Roach. Cause he's gonna fight, he gonna get some damn money. That, you know what I mean? Let him go get the damn money. Shit. Then Canelo decide to get the money from Bud after denying him a few times. That fuck yeah, I'm gonna get that damn money. Get the money. So this dude running around thinking he a goddamn star or some old bullshit. His shit gonna be over. And now I asked a couple people on the street. I gotta do a segment where I ask the casuals and shit from the streets. You know what I mean? But there's a few guys out there that know boxing. Cause I spoke to a guy yesterday. He said he liked Lamont Roach to beat Pitbull Cruz. Me? I don't see no problem with that. But see, and this is the thing. And this was I was telling everybody, Queen 71, about the rematch. First of all, Lamont Roach did not own a rematch clause. See, people forgot Lamont Roach didn't have a rematch clause. The rematch clause was not in his favor. The rematch clause is in Tank's favor, not Roach's, okay? In Tank's favor. So, and Lamont Roach knew that. Hold on, y'all. And Lamont Roach knew that. He knew that. He knew. And everybody acting like the damn rematch clause is in Lamont's favor. And it's not. It's in Tank's favor. Alright? So, meaning Tank can rematch Lamont Roach whenever the hell he feel like it. And then, if he doesn't rematch Lamont Roach, nothing can happen. Because remember, he was trying to say he was going to go out there and try to sue him. Sue him for what? He can't sue him. He was threatening to sue like he had a rematch clause rights, and he didn't. The Tank had the rematch clause, so Lamont doing that dumbass shit was stupid. On top of that, the Jake Paul fight was already written up and everything before that fucking fight was even over, or you might well say before they gloved up. Everybody didn't catch the catch 22 when Tank said after that fight with Roach, my next opponent is in my locker room. So he running around acting like they didn't know what was going on. They knew what was going on. So it was a whole bunch of bullshit. Cause how you gonna go through all this and all that and y'all don't know what's going on? Get out of here, man. He just got upset because he didn't get that rematch right away. No matter if he was highly confident in him beating Tank or not. What that payday? You want that payday? What are we talking about? Payday? You want that payday? Everybody want that payday. My goddamn mouth. So we're gonna see what happened with this pit poodle fight. That's gonna be funny. I don't like it, but I'm gonna watch it. Who y'all got? Y'all got Roach or y'all got pit poodle? And this is another thing that's starting to piss me off. I don't like these fighters. They gotta stop staying down in these weight classes so damn long. Get up and get the fight near your natural weight. Too much of that going on. Too much of that going on. Because even my man Bomac came out and said, well, you know, we could have been moved up. What you mean y'all could have been moved up? See? We be thinking some of these guys really small like that, and they really not. But then you do have some guys who really don't get big. Like, I don't think, like people talk about Fundora. I don't think Fundora gains weight like that. I think he's just naturally like that. I think Fundora is naturally like that. It's one of those guys that's not going to pick up a lot of weight. But I don't know. Don't know. But what? And how close are we? How far are we away from Tay in the building? All hail the queen of MMA, New York State, in the city. What's up, Tay? Now, how far are we from this damn, how far we got for, Road Chick, Dev and Brian Norman? How far we are out now? I think he beats Pitbull. He better beat Pitbull. If he loses to him, he's done. Oh, yeah. I think he's done. I got to walk to get my coffee, y'all, so y'all might hear some damn noise. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if they doing it at a catch weight or they doing it at 40. And to be honest with you, Lamont Roach looked like his ass need to be fighting at 40. He looked like it. I don't like that. I think that'd be the chump way out of shit. They be stalling and be in those smaller weight classes to be waiting for some shit. What's happening? You know, waiting for some shit to lighten up in them other weight classes. Early in the morning making all that goddamn too early in the morning, man. But yeah, how far we got into Brian Norman and Dev? Cause everybody's talking about that fight. A lot of people in the streets is talking about that fight. I don't know. It should be a good fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight. But how y'all feel about Xander Zayas probably fighting Jalil? Ooh, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice matchup at 154. That'd be a nice matchup. You dig? Be a nice matchup. But who y'all got with this Dev and Brian Norman fight? Who y'all got? I'm up here actually taking a survey. So I got a whole another week to ask, and I'm gonna be taking in what everybody is saying. So far some people got Dev winning. Some people got him losing. Some people think Brian Norman going stop Dev. Some people think he gonna stop him. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. We gonna see. Well, let me get my coffee, man. How you doing? How you been? Everything good? Get the seat, Sam. Straight. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my coffee. I'm in a breakfast spot. Now I'm not eating breakfast this early, but I gotta get my coffee. You know? You got Norman? Alright, cool. Knockout? You got him stopping him? Got him stopping him? Good morning. I need a hazelnut. Thank you. How you doing, love? All right. Thank you, sir. Y'all I'll come down and get it. Excuse me, bro. Gotta get my hazelnut coffee dead. Oh, right on the money. Know how to make it, yeah. Day, all right?
Good, how are you?
Good. Where's your brother? Where's your brother?
He's at home.
He's at home? He should have came to work and you stayed home, right? See y'all later. All right, Ty. All right. Got my hazelnut coffee, y'all. Yes, sir. What's going on with you? Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Rim, you got anybody knockout? He's definitely cracking. The boy's cracking. Now, I mean, everybody got their own opinion, so a lot of people feel as though that Dev is not going to be able to take his power well. We won't know until he hits him. But you know, could this be another matchup where the puncher gets outboxed? You know what I mean? It could be that, because we know boxing tacticians are very successful. They're more successful than knockout artists. And you tally it up. I think we should do a live on that, or somebody do a live on that. Compare these the winning ratio. Who got the highest winning ratio? The knockout artists or the boxing tacticians? Great debate right there. Oh, that's great boxing talk. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do something on that. What's going on, bro? We're gonna do something on that, because that's some good ass talk. Good ass talk. Yo, what's up, cuz? Everything good? Love you, cuz. Yup. Na. Yes, sir. Good idea. Yeah, Queen 71. I'ma do that. I'll probably get with the guys. I'm gonna let the guys know, and you'll get the notification for sure. Hopefully I can get you to come on the panel and discuss it with us, Queen 71. But if not, I know you're gonna bless us in the chat as always. But yeah, I think that's something we gonna put together. I might send that out to the fellas. Let them know I got a great idea. Now, if anybody go use this idea, it's all good, especially if I mess with you like that. Even if Just Do it, or any of my content creators that I support and that I mess with. If y'all want to use the idea, go ahead and use it, because that's how I get down. So if y'all heard me, if y'all still here, use that idea. Even if I'm out there for the cook, that's how I do. I like to share ideas. If something come up, I share it. I don't necessarily have to try to cook on everything. It's about sharing is caring. This is what makes boxing talk much better when we share ideas. You might have 4 or 5 things that you could cook on. You might say, well, man, I ain't trying to cook on all 5. Maybe I take 3 out of the 5. I give 2 ideas to somebody else. You know what I mean? That's why I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there and do what you want to do with it. Do what you want to do with it. But yeah, we going to see. Yeah, Mike Rim. Mike Rims, I didn't know you was talking to me. Yeah, I think he's going to stop Devin because Norman has gotten better in each fight. Now Mike Rim. See, Mike Rim knows his boxing. Mike Rim pays attention to a whole lot too. That's one thing a lot of people haven't spoken on, but some people have spoken on that he has. They have seen some improvement. So he's going to need to know the mystery of chess boxing, getting in the ring with Devin Haney, a guy who can box very well, know how to cut off the ring and things like that. Throwing when he punches, counter punching, things like that, landing his power shots. Point. His punch placement definitely gonna have to be on point. That's one thing. His punch placement is gonna have to be on point because that's good. In my opinion, and I haven't really tallied up the ratios, but Dev got one of the highest or one of the best punch placement ratios in my opinion. It's something else we'll bring us to talk on that too. But I'm definitely going to put that idea together. But I just wanted to come on here, shoot the gift with you folks. I ain't going to keep y'all up here too much longer. Another couple minutes. There's some things that I'm working on with this morning. Lot of stuff. Diddy, I'm still doing some Diddy stuff because there's still things going on with him. I've really been putting that stuff on my TikTok. I got a hip-hop discussion coming up, and I'll let you guys know about that. It's going to be a great build on hip-hop, and it's going to be the year that you graduated from high school. So, I'm going to talk about hip-hop, the class of 2001 or the class of 1999. I'm going to do a show on that because with that, you get the... I want to get to talk to the people when hip-hop was young to them, because people started listening at different eras, and I was there at the very beginning when the shit first started. So, no, I'm not old, damn it. Just because I said, I was born when hip-hop was created, I was already living when hip-hop was created. Don't call me old. Now, call me old. I'm old school, baby. I'm just an old soul, but I ain't old. You hear me? Just old soul. I think most of us are old souls. We all been here before. We'll get into that another time. That's some spiritual talk. But, yeah. But we got some matchups that's coming up. I can't wait to see. We got, David Benavidez, he's fighting Yard. I think David Benavidez is going to handle his business with Yard. Now, Yard going to come to fight. But if Yard don't come using defense, he going to sleep. He don't have he don't have a real big chin. It's not the weakest, but you know what I mean? But yeah, we have that fight coming up. Looking for the Mexican Monster to come out on top, but not to take Yard lightly. Can't wait for the Devin Haney and Brian Norman fight. That's going to be coming up. I can't wait to see that fight. And like I said, with those two guys, win or lose, I don't think neither one of those two guys should stay at 47 too much longer. But, whatever they chose to do, they get in the ring and fight guys, especially if it's a matchup that makes sense. I'm going to watch these guys because I don't have a problem with neither one of these guys. So salute to the both of them. What else we got coming up? I'm not with the exhibition fight, so, for those who, going to watch Tank and Jake Paul. Yes. For those who's going to watch Floyd and Mike Tyson. And, we can end it on this. Because there's a few more fights that's coming up. Can't wait to see the Cool Boy Steph and O'Shaquie Foster fight. Rooting for my man Scooter. And Scooter said, man, he's going to be ready to rock steady. He ain't no Eddie Spaghetti. O'Shaquie said he going to show Schoolboy the reason why there's weight classes. Schoolboy saying, well, there's a reason why you can move up and down in weight classes. So, Scooter said, man, listen, I ain't worrying about old boy. He ain't gonna be able to get busy enough. He ain't gonna be able to keep up with me. So I can't wait for that fight. A lot of people's on different sides of that fight, so that's a matchup that I'm excited about seeing. Cool Boy Steph and O'Shaquie Foster, and of course we got the Tower Inferno about to just do what Godzilla did to Japan to old Kifi Poo. Can't wait to see that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can't wait to see that because some people still have once upon a time some faith. They still got faith in Once Upon a Time Thurman. So I can't wait to see that fight. But it's gonna look crazy because, man, at that presser, man, Keith Thurman made me look like an average sized guy. And I'm a little dude. I mean, I'm 5'5", and I'm a little under 140 pounds. I mean, about 136, 137. My weight go up and down, but I max out walk around weight at 146. That's the heaviest I ever been. But I'm a little guy. A lot of people haven't seen me, but D Free met me. D Free will tell y'all, man, he seen Crush in person, and D Free thought I was tall. People thought I was tall. I used to be like, no, man, I ain't tall. Don't let this camera fool you. Because, people go right on with it. Yeah, man, I'm tall. Yeah, man, yeah. I'm 6'1". No, you ain't no damn 6'1". Knowing that somebody gonna see you in person. I ain't doing that. Then damn Crush talking like he's 5'10", 5'9". I seen that little motherfucker. Look like I could put him in my pocket. Yeah, listen, people, I am not ashamed of my size. You can call me all the short jokes you want. I've been hit with so many goddamn short jokes, and I'm gonna tell y'all, some of these short jokes over the years, growing up from a kid to adult, was so damn diabolical, I wanted to shoot a motherfucker in the mouth. But they was funny, but something, yeah, but you gotta learn how to laugh at yourself too, because something is funny is funny. You gotta know how to give it back. So, I'm a guy that got sense of humor, That's if I had sense of humor for you. I don't have sense of humor with everybody and for everybody. You know what I mean? But shit, I'm a little dude. I ain't gonna front. So if I ever get to see some of y'all in person, you already know. So a few people met me in person. They know I'm a little guy and I don't shy away from it, man. That's why, and I don't have a Napoleon complex because, Napoleon was short and all. I don't have a Napoleon complex. But I have a temper. We all had tempers, but I don't have a Napoleon complex. Yeah. He said I had my dreads up. Yeah, that's what it was. I had my dreads up, right? And they thought I was taller. I don't know, man. Camera make you look a little taller, a little bigger, or whatever. You say you do a hardcore? Yeah, hardcore is short, man. A lot of these guys is not as tall as you think they are. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a lot of these guys in person, but I heard. You know what I mean? Then I got a good eye too. You know what I mean? I got a good eye for measurements and things like that. I've been around all size people. Look, anytime when my little ass walks around and know that I am not the shortest person that ever exists is a thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm always putting myself in a situation where I am the shortest guy in the room, but I'm the smallest guy that ever exists. No, there's a lot of small people, man. For real. And, people used to be like, oh, you're not as small as I thought you was. And I'm like, well, what you mean? And they're like, nah, you got a little bit of muscle, this, that, and other, blah, blah. But I tell you one thing about my body. I think my feet My feet should not be on my body. I'm only 5'4", 5'5". I wear size 9.5, depending on the damn cut. This guy that's taller than me, that has smaller feet. I got a homie that's 5'10", y'all. He wear a damn 7.5. 5'10", he damn near 6 feet tall. He wears 7.5. Can't make this up. Problem with buying them damn sneaks. Shit. I haven't on a. Yeah, before I go, this so y'all can enjoy y'all Saturday. Now, at this moment, what grade would you give 2025? An A, B, or C? I would like everybody to answer that, and we up out of here. Right now, for everything that we see, we can't include what's coming up. But so far, what we seen in boxing in 2025, rated A, B, C. Give me your grade and we up out of here. Y'all want me to start it off? B, 2000. Queen 71 said B. Thank you, Queen 71. Hey, all right. Okay. All right, Queen 71. You can't switch it the third time, Queen 71. Or she probably was answering for you, Mike Rim. No, Mike Rim laughing. Mike Rim gonna get his shit at E. Mike Rim, what's your grade, Mike Rim? Everybody else that's still in here, that's in the chat, what grade you give in 2025? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Mike Rim, E, F, G. Michael said a lowercase A minus. God damn. He didn't put anybody else y'all want to answer before we get up out of here. Y'all go ahead. Enjoy y'all beautiful Saturday, man. All the fights that we had in 2025. Where you grading it, bro? Give us your grade. And then I'll run back what I was talking about real quick before I boogie up on out of here. What you giving 2025 so far? A, B, or C? Mike Rim gave it sitting towards an A. It hasn't been pretty bad. We got some good fights this year. But I tell y'all what, if it's any network that I'm giving that's been putting on the best fights, you're not going to agree with me. Some of y'all will. Shout out to Pro Box. Pro Box been throwing it down. Pro Box gets my vote for a network or whatever that's been putting on fights, man. I love their matchups. It's not always about big names. So, Prox, last question. I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Where is the greatness credit at this point? Where is Bivol great credit at? I know you gave it an A minus. Oh, now you put it in a capital A. You could have left it there. I think they can read, Mike Rim. I think they can read, bro. I'm saying, y'all, that's all I'm saying. And I'm waiting for these the biggest fights for me, the biggest matchup that I want to see right now is Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. Out of all the fights that's coming up, that's the biggest fight for me that I want to see. That fight is the one for me. And second, I'm going to and Keith Thurman. They're the ones I really want to see out of the ones that I want to see because there's some good matchups coming up. But look, man, this has been a Saturday morning segment of the grumpy OGs. I was in the building, partner CDK, getting some rest and out there making moves, but he'll be back soon. So what's going on? We don't have much going on this weekend. Shit, I haven't even been checking much. Is there any boxing on? Let me get on the laptop, man, and see what we got going on. No, we got some football coming up tomorrow. Oh, yeah, man. Prize. Speaking of football, let's close out on football, y'all. Prize. Y'all got a sweet game tomorrow, right? The Eagles got a sweet game tomorrow, don't they? They playing somebody weak. But they got a good one. But listen, man, I appreciate you guys coming on this Saturday morning with me, man. Chop it up. Wanted to come on, talk to you guys. Just share some of my thoughts and see how you guys feel about it. And I appreciate you guys coming in. So shout out to the entire chat. Oh, yeah, they got the Rams. That's right. Yeah, they can beat the Rams. I got them beating the Rams. They can beat the Rams. They can beat the Rams. I got them beating the Rams. Yeah, I got them beating the Rams tomorrow. Got them beating the Rams tomorrow. Definitely got them beating the Rams. But listen. I'm gonna say this right now. And I ain't gonna say it again, at least not today. Roach fighting Pitbull Cruz is some bullshit. But I'ma watch it. The Rams undefeated and the Eagles got lucky last year. Hey, Prod, you hear this dude? He said your team got lucky last year. He said your team got lucky last year. Mike, remember, you sound... I'm just trying to get a full clarity on what you saying, Mike Grimm. You saying they got lucky last year against y'all, or they got lucky all last season? I want to hear this from Mike Grimm before I go. Oh, they didn't get lucky. The Rams got dumb. How you gonna say they got lucky? That's a decision that the Rams made. I get it, lucky for them that the Rams made a dumb play. But dumb for the Rams for making a dumbass play. So, the Rams put the luck in the Eagles' hands, man. Gotta blame the Rams for that one. That's your Mike Grimm. Who's your Mike Grimm? Mike Grimm, you knew I was going to say it, man. That's on the damn Rams doing some dumb diddies dumb. They put the luck in their hand. Well, hopefully they don't put no luck in their hand tomorrow. I don't know. That's gonna be a good game, though. No, it's a good game. Good game. It's a good game. Okay, for me, it's a 50-50 game. Honest. That's right. I forgot. I knew you had a team, but I had to remember. Now, the two teams I was guessing, it was the Vikings, and I think I was thinking the Packers. Okay, the Vikings playing. Where the original Buster Rhyme come from. Yeah. The original Buster Rhyme played for the Vikings and what? Yeah. I think that played for the Vikings. I think it's early mid 80s. If I'm not mistaken. What year was that Buster Rhyme played for the Vikings, Mike Grimm. I know that was in the early mid '80s, right? Was that late '70s, early '80s? But I'm gonna get my last words. I'm gonna let y'all go. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, do not. If both of these men, nobody should be mad. No, and y'all know, and y'all feel as though y'all fight did everything, and it be done in the sport. Some accomplishment besides well, it fucking be with it. That's cool. With it, that's cool. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. Um, but but they this. So he's been a professional half his life, a little more. 19, 20 years. 19, 20 years. A professional. He has been declining. A lot of people, he would load up. A lot of people, he would load up. That's a guy that shouldn't loading up on one shot. That's a guy that shouldn't loading up on one shot. Somebody might fuck him up bad. Bud Crawford looks a little different. Looks like he can box every 10 years. Because the man keeps himself in great health and great shape. For his body done. And I hate fighters to guys that they losing to. We've seen a lot of greats. We've seen a lot of greats. Hall of that. I hope that the future fighters and the fighters of today take heed. I get it. Something that you're addicted to. It's an addiction. You see what I'm saying? Addiction bad to that bad. With that, I am Crush the Legend and Master Ceremonies. STN Sergeant of Arms, one half of the Grumpy OG. Salute to the entire chat. My is the building. Beautiful, beautiful. Queen 71. Prize Fire in the building. Tay Tay, the beautiful Dr. Mark. Appreciate everybody coming through. With that being said, y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. And I will see you guys soon. No need for that, but y'all enjoy y'all Saturday and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.